So as some of you may know, I've kind of been out of the Marvel Legends game for a while. I haven't really been getting them like I used to. I sold off a vast majority of my collection, almost all my MCU Marvel Legends, about half of my comic book Marvel Legends, and I didn't have a big collection to begin with, but I got it down to like one shelf. And that's it, except for Iron Man. Iron Man's kind of a separate collection for me. But with Marvel Legends, you know, if you're a hardcore, diehard fan of Marvel, they're doing so many awesome characters, and I'm sure you're having a blast with all the weird, obscure, deep cuts they've been doing. But if you're more of a surface-level fan and more of an action figure fan like I am, with me personally, I prefer Marvel action figures in many ways over Marvel, you know, works. Like, I'm not a big comic book fan, but I love toys of comic book characters, because oftentimes they're really cool. And I, you know, being the casual fan I am, it's kind of a case of if you have one, or if you have a few, you kind of have them all. Because after a while, Marvel Legends gets very repetitive, and, you know, they stopped innovating for a long time. But recently, they've started to innovate. So this Lady Deadpool is an older one. I want this here as kind of like a comparison of an older female body. I got rid of a few of my other female Marvel Legends, but I held on to this one because I have a whole Deadpool thing going on, like Headpool, Squirrel Pool, all them. So I needed Lady Deadpool, and it's a pretty fun figure. You know, I got her posed for this little preview shot right here, and it's pretty fun, but it's kind of basic, not really innovative, and a lot of female figures just kind of had those limitations. However, with this Renew Your Vows Spidey, which I did give him a new head because I just prefer this, you know, more classic looking 90s head. That's just kind of what I grew up with. This Renew Your Vows Spidey is actually my favorite action figure of 2022. It was my #1 last year, and I absolutely adore it. It's super fun, it's like hand candy, pretty much. And again, you know, if you have one, you have them all. You know, they've done this mold in in Daredevil flavor. They're going to do it in Deadpool flavor, I think, for like the SDCC set. You know, I only really need the Spidey. It's the same toy over and over again. But I really wanted to see what Marvel Legends could do with a nice new female body. And it seems like they have delivered with Black Widow. And I picked up the new Target exclusive Black Widow because I kept hearing great things about this, and I really just wanted to see what had going on. I really wanted to see what this Black Widow could bring to the table. It was a little bit more expensive because it's a deluxe figure, but as you can see, it's pretty worth it. You get 3 different head sculpts, you have 3 different pairs of hands, you have 3 different gauntlets, you have 2 guns, you have blast effects for them. It's very, very well packed with everything you get. And they really innovated with articulation. They innovated with, you know, pinless. I really wanted to check this out. And out of all the Marvel Legends I kept, I did keep my classic core Avengers. So Thor, Cap, Hulk, Iron Man, obviously Iron Man. So I figured, you know, Black Widow would fit in with them pretty well. I don't know if I'll get the Hawkeye and Sky Cycle. Definitely not for $50. It's a little bit much if you ask me. Maybe if it goes on sale or something, I might. Just to kind of round out the first Avengers movie team in comic book form. But let's get into this. I'm really curious how this Black Widow turned out. I wanted to, like, open this on camera. Oh, wow, that's a lot of tissue paper. I want to open this on camera so we can kind of really get a feel for it. Like an initial reaction to what this thing has going on. I love these coffins they pack them in now. And it's funny because they're not going to pack them in coffins for long. They're going back to the plastic. So the all-important piece of paper that ends up everywhere. I see these on the floor sometimes with, you know, cat claw marks in them, and I'll probably do the same to this one. Hey, if the kitties like playing with them, why deny them? So she has 4 different bags. So I think this one's the head sculpts, if I'm not mistaken. So she's got 3 head sculpts. And, oh, it's a head sculpt and some hands. So, was the hand still in there? Yeah, hand got caught in there. One of these days, I'm so worried I'm going to open up one of these bags and miss an accessory, and it's going to irritate me so much. So we have the more modern head right here. Wow, that looks really good. That looks really good. Dang, man. That is one of the nicest Marvel Legends heads I've ever seen. That is really nice. We also have fists in here. We've got the fist hands, and we have the trigger finger hands, which I'm sure will likely be the ones I end up using. She's got to either have the guns or the wrists. Let's open the figure last. And here we have, looks like another head, and probably some more accessories. So, Man, she comes with so much. So this is the more classic hairdo. She's a little more friendly looking. She's got some pretty big poofy hair. She's got some big bangs. It's a nice look. It's an iconic look, but it's probably not the head I'll go with. Probably not. Here's her pistols. She's got her pistols. And I really like those. I like how one has a silencer, too, to kind of differentiate them. Kind of wish you could remove the silencer, or both of them had it. You could remove them both. And these are really sweet. The wrist bracers. Aren't they called, like, the stingers? I'm not sure. But they've... You got the nice smoke effect. I think that looks really cool. And then one more bag. We've got more stuff and things. I think these are the other ones with the blast effects. So, yeah, we've got blast effects for the guns. Right there. Blast effects for the guns. And then we have the wrist bracer blast effects, and I think those look pretty cool, too. I really like those. I'm seeing these always come out warped, but just a little bit of hair dryer action, that'll take care of that. I mean, Black Widow knows a lot about hair dryers. I thought, didn't she come with smoke effects for the guns? Yeah, I don't think I've seen those yet. Maybe they're packed in with the figure, or maybe I missed them in one of these bags. We'll see if they're packed in with the figure. That'd be kind of odd if there's just a couple accessories in with the figure. But I know the guns are supposed to have smoke effects. So... figure itself, first impression, that feels pretty solid. But I want to look for these smoke effects. I don't want to be missing stuff. Wouldn't that be awful if I'm straight up missing effect pieces? Are they in one of these bags? Nope. I thought I got everything. Alright, so looks like I didn't get the smoke effects. I don't think so, unless there's another bag I missed. Was there another bag I missed in there? No? Nothing? No, nothing? Yep, I guess I'm missing stuff. That's good. That's one of the great things about this plastic-free packaging. You just miss stuff. And I don't have the smoke effects. Unless they don't come off of those. No, I'm not. Are they? Am I sure they're not in with the figures bag? Yeah. I don't have the smoke effects. Oh well. I wasn't really planning on using them anyway, but yep. That's one of the great reasons why we are moving away from this. Oh, wait, there's one. There's one. Okay, never mind. There's one. Oh, my gosh, that's so small. Is the other one in here? Yes. Okay, they got caught in the bag. Never mind, we're good. So, yeah, that's definitely a cautionary tale. Make sure you are looking very thoroughly in those bags. Because, oh, my gosh, I genuinely, like, you saw how much I was feeling this. I didn't think it was there. It was, like, caught. Look at where the bag's kind of lipped in right there. It was caught in the bag. So be very wary of that. Make sure you dissect those bags as thoroughly as possible. But here's the figure, once again. And taking a look at this, yeah, man, this is pretty impressive so far. She does have like this more modern head on her right now with like some bangs going over her eyes. I like this head. I might go with this head, but I personally really like this modern head with the very angry face and the hair kind of reminds me of Iron Man 2, so I might go with that. She has butterflies. A female figure with butterflies. Oh my gosh. She does have an ab crunch too. Whoa. She doesn't move forward too much. Not as much as like Spidey. But it's nice. Well, she doesn't really have an ab crunch. It's more like a lower abdomen crunch, I guess. She doesn't have any drop downs at the legs, but she does not need it. Oh my gosh. Whoa, dude. This feels really great. This feels so great. Can she do... How easily can she pull off, you know, superhero landing kind of pose? Oh, no problem. No problem at all. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is a winner. I can already tell you. Marvel Legends, they're innovating. They really are. Now, granted, again, if you have one, you kind of have them all. For me, I was like, if I have a really nice, super articulated female Marvel Legend, I want it to be Black Widow. Because she's probably one of, if not the most iconic female Marvel character. I mean, she wasn't the first female Marvel character with her own movie, correction, because there is Captain Marvel. But she was the most prominent. Come on, let's be honest. Out of the MCU, she was the most prominent. So let's swap that head, because I want to see how she moves with this head, because I really prefer this one. Oh yeah, there we go. That's the Black Widow I've been waiting for. Man, this is nice. I can seriously say with confidence this has the same hand candy feel as Spider-Man. I'm being dead serious. It really does. I think the only thing it's probably missing is some toe articulation. Because me personally, I love old Toy Biz Marvel Legends. That's an aspect of the Toy Biz era I really love, is the toe articulation. Dude, look at this. Come on, man. Come on. Let's switch the hands. Let's give her this. Let's give her this on this arm right here. Bend that wrist down. Dude, look at that. That looks sweet. Come on. And I feel like this hair, it's kind of poofed out enough. You can see you still get a lot of nice range of articulation. Look at that downward. Up, still pretty good. Yeah, man, this is sweet. This is what an action figure is all about, for real. Like, if you want a good action figure, I suggest something like this. I really do. So let's get her here. Let's give her the silencer. She's on a secret mission, and thankfully, because I got them, I was so worried I didn't. There, she just shot that off. So that's Smokey. I love all these effects too. It really helps for people to like take pictures and set up really nice displays. The effects are a very welcome inclusion. It's kind of struggling to fit in there though, but we can get it. There we go. Yeah, man, this is sweet. Look at that. And then with all this torso articulation, you can really contort the torso to look really natural. Dude, I've never seen a female Marvel Legend that can do that. I have never seen one that can pull something off like this. This is so good. This is so freaking good, dude. And that butterfly joint, I feel like really helps. This thing's amazing, man. Here, let's move that head down, since that has a lot of nice range. Get that gun back in her hand. Here, let's see if she can pull off like a leaping back sort of pose. Yeah, dude. Yeah. Yeah. This is a winner. This is an absolute winner. With all of the stuff you get, I think this is actually worth those few extra bucks. I'm happy it's not $30. I'm happy it's not $30 after tax. I do have a Target Red card too, so I got like 5% off. But this was like 28 bucks. In my opinion, this is well worth 28 bucks. With everything you get, heck yeah, dude. Like this thing, seriously, I don't know if it's on par with Spider-Man, but it's very, very close. Dude, just look at that pose, man. Look at that. They go together so well. Oh, man. Seriously, for action figure fans, Marvel Legends has been one of, if not the most infamous and famous series of action figures. Famous because it really innovated the whole 6-inch action figure scene. Infamous because it dulled it. It defined it, and then it kind of dulled it because they stopped innovating. They became stagnated. It was just, it's a 6-inch action figure. It articulates. It, has its limitations. That's just what it is. But finally, they've realized the market has really been needing something a little bit better, a little bit more prominent, a little bit more posable, and they've delivered. They really have. The Spidey is great. This Black Widow is great. I love how the belt can get out of the way, too. This thing is really good. Honestly, it puts this to shame. I was just, posing this Lady Deadpool around for this pose right here for the start of the video. The shoulders are really stiff. It's got single elbows. It has a pretty weak abdomen joint. It moves back quite a bit, but it has no crunch. Proportionally, it's kind of weird. It's one of those old Marvel Legends that really needed to emphasize the female anatomy in a very awkward way. It's got the big pins. And the thing is, the pin construction. I understand there's some people, it's like, the pins aren't that big of a deal. But actually, they kind of are. Because what a pin essentially is, you can see there's the hinge right there, and then there's the struts of the knee that go up to the thigh and the calf. And those struts are kind of sandwiched by the thigh and the calf, and then the pin keeps that sandwich together. Think of like a burger with a toothpick through it. That's essentially what the pin is. But sometimes the pin's tolerance isn't good enough to keep the joint really nice and stable. You can see it's a little wiggly. There's looseness to these joints with the pins in them. So I think Marvel Legends going forward, it disappoints me greatly that I still see Marvel Legends on store shelves with pins in them. Because the pinless technology, this is nothing but like pure, nice, solid friction. There's no third element. It is the leg and the joint, and it just makes it so much better. And now that we have female figures with double jointed elbows, something that Hasbro for years and years were saying, oh, it's, kind of difficult to do that. Yeah, it's difficult to do that. Look at that. We're doing it right here. And she's got a butterfly. We don't need to have these female Marvel Legends, like, oh, we don't need to preserve the sculpt to preserve the female anatomy. We don't have to be creeps like that. Like, Black Widow is a cool, badass, former Russian spy, action hero, Avenger person. We don't need to be seeing her cleavage. we don't need to see, like, I really appreciate the direction that this is going, and I hope that every Marvel Legend goes in this direction. Now, I do have to say, I always have the worry with Marvel Legends that the prices are going to get ridiculous. Absolutely absurd. Because, like I said, this thing is deluxe in a way, but I feel like it's worth it. I genuinely feel like this figure is worth the deluxe price, because you get so much more than what you typically get with Marvel Legends. You get 3 head sculpts. You get so many interchangeable pieces, so many different weapons. I don't really like this head too much. This is a little too much for me. You get so many things. You get 3 heads, 3 pairs of hands, 3 pairs of gauntlets, 2 guns, two effects for each gun. This thing is truly innovative. And I feel like this is worth the deluxe price. And if they want to charge this kind of price for Marvel Legends, make sure they all come with this level of stuff, honestly. Because if it doesn't, then, you're going to start seeing comparable things on the market like G.I. Joe Classified and, other companies that are doing more or the same for less. And this, like I said, I feel like this is worth the price. This could have been released for $25 with only 1 head, maybe 2 pairs of hands, the guns, and maybe 1 set of effects for the guns. But they wanted to go the extra mile and give us the definitive Black Widow, and I think they did that. I think this is absolutely definitive. I don't see them topping this for years. This is truly phenomenal. Will they get better? Absolutely. The whole point of life is that everything gets better. We're always trying to innovate. We're always trying to make things better. And there will be a better Black Widow figure. But for your money on the market, this is probably the best female action figure ever, in my opinion. This thing is absolutely superb. It was well worth the money. This will likely end up in my top 10 action figures of the year video, which is shocking to me. I never expected a Marvel Legends Black Widow to end up on that list, but I think it might. This is the most fun I've had with a Marvel Legends since, Spidey. This has been the most fun I've had in a long time with the Marvel Legends. Again, since the Spider-Man. And I love this Spider-Man. And again, the Spidey has the same innovations. I worry that they're going to take these innovations and they're going to use them to justify, charging us $30 for a 6-inch action figure, which I think is probably the direction Hasbro wants to go in, because other companies are, they're $30, and like NECA's over $30. Independent companies like Valaverse, they're around $30. So they probably want to get somewhat comparable to that. But if you're increasing the quality like this, then it will become more and more justified. So I'm hoping this is the direction going forward, not price-wise, but quality-wise. I want every Marvel Legend to be up to this standard. Will I buy them all? No, because at the end of the day, Marvel Legends, the whole point is just, it's a character train. Here's this body with a different head and different colors, new character. Here's this body, different head, new colors, this character. That's the whole point of comic books. Everybody's big, muscly people. Not everything needs to be a unique sculpt, and that's okay. But for me, as an action figure and toy fan and enthusiast, Marvel Legends has been one of the best lines for years. And it really started to fall off. And thankfully, Hasbro noticed that, and they've decided it is time to innovate, and they have done a great job. Hasbro's killing it with Marvel Legends, with these releases, not all of them, but releases like this. G.I. Joe Classified is definitely Hasbro's best action figure line right now. Not counting Transformers, they're kind of more than action figures. We're not really counting them here. Black Series is still struggling, honestly. I'm hoping they find a way to innovate there. Indiana Jones, that line seems to be dead. It seems like that's gone already. It's like, oh, we did waves for the movies. We're not going to do the fourth one. No one likes that one. Okay, bye. Which is whatever. You know, they did pretty much everybody I wanted them to do from The Last Crusade, probably except for Vogel. Wouldn't have minded a Vogel. But, you know, I'll have a little Last Crusade collection, and I'll be satisfied. And this Black Widow is going to go with my iconic classic Avengers, and I will be very satisfied. I love this figure. I love the Spidey. I want this to be the standard. They can make this Spider-Man, put it in like a $20 cheap box, like cut out a lot of accessories. It's literally just Spider-Man figure, and just pump it out by the tens, hundreds of thousands. And kids, adults, everybody would eat it up. Similar with something like this. I love all the accessories and everything, but you know, if we want this to be the standard for action figures, we need to make sure that it's not just for these higher deluxe sets or these multi-packs. We need this high quality at the standard basic level first. But hey, I love this Black Widow, one of the best figures of the year for me. Great stuff. Leaps and bounds better than the Lady Deadpool, and leaps and bounds better than any other female action figure I've ever owned. I highly recommend it. Even at its deluxe price, it is worth it. Let me pan down again. This is all the stuff she comes with. Well, panning down, I just broke my tripod, but that's okay. I've been meaning to get a new one anyway. Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Let me know what you think about this Black Widow down in the comments below. Special shout out to channel members, as always. Thank you all so much for the continued support. Alrighty, guys. Have a great one, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.